here against Samuel P, just leaning on him, pretending to the referee, so it's not my fault, ref, actually. And again here, I actually think this is what he's got to do against Wladimir. He's got to keep in the centre of the ring, keep the head on his opponent, move his head side to side, and close him down.
I don't think size is an issue. We've seen Sonny Liston, Mike Tyson, Floyd Patton, all short of the guys. As long as he keeps the head up and slips the shots, keeps his eye on the opponent, let the shot slip by, then size won't be an issue. Gets inside, frightens the life out of this man, Klitschko. Stamina is an issue, and he's not even got a great poker face. When he's tired, he wants you to feel sorry for him. The mouth falls open, the hands are down, he's staggering, he's like he's drunk, he's singing, oh, please don't hit me, and he's back up against the rope. He's not even trying to hold on. He's not even trying to fight his way out of it, which you would naturally do. You try and punch your way out of things, he's just backing off about protection. He turns completely negative within himself, one of his fights, and an opponent will see that, and they'll jump on him straight away and not leave him alone.
The interesting thing about this, Johnny, is that was the 5th round. It looks like he just had 15 rounds, not 5. And again, Lamont Brewster wasn't exactly a ginormous or a juggernaut, a 21st century type heavyweight like our man sitting over here, Lennox. So work rate, I think, is the single most important issue in this fight. David does not like to fight at pace. He's a quality puncher, not a quantity puncher. However, tomorrow night, he's going to have to be more focused and concentrate more, which is tiring, and work at a bigger rate than ever before. We see him here against Audley Harrison in his last fight. Lots of posing and posturing. Referee stops at this and says, guys, get on with it. Come on, let's make more work. Of course, he did close out the fight and won. Conversely, against Carl Thompson, fired all his punches in the first 3 rounds, ran out of gas, and then succumbed to Thompson. Again, let's not forget, he's a new fighter. He's a stone and a half heavier.
And he was trying to fight his way back.
And he is a much better fighter. Those stone and a half has made him much more robust, able to take a punch, and he's fitter and stronger and punching harder than ever.
Yeah, and David never ever shut down. Right, the negative side of Wladimir Klitschko. This is what he does. Stands tall, stands large, doesn't want to do anything, tries to stand and cheat with that front foot. Look at him, that cheeky little front foot, his junior jab, look at this. He's standing on the front foot so he doesn't have to work, so you can't get away. And he's really negative until he's 110% sure that he can get close to you. That front foot is to keep you away, or so you can't run away. So he keeps on top of you, but he does nothing. He will bore a fight out. Listen, I'm king of bore. I know how to do that. Stay on the jab, slow them down. So believe me, I know what he's doing.
Hey, Dave, this is a pick-em fight.
You're not wrong. Thanks, Barry. Thanks, the king of boar as well. Now, one of the keys to victory in the fight is sure to be the trainers. Adam Booth has masterminded Haye's rise to fame. In the other corner, Lennox's former mentor, Emmanuel Stewart.
There's a lot of similarity between Lennox Lewis and Wladimir Klitschko. Not only both guys are heavyweights, very big guys, both are chess players. They both are very detailed about everything that goes on in their training camp. Ask a lot of questions, and even when they both box as if they're playing a chess game. They always say, well, if I make this move, this guy may counter this. They both think too much in the ring for me, but both are very talented. I often call Wladimir Lennox, and I've been doing it now for nearly 7 years, and Wladimir just laughs and keeps going. David Haye could be the toughest opponent that Wladimir has fought. Could be an exciting fight. Could be a fight going down a wire that could be close, or it could be a boring fight, or it could be an early knockout, because questions about both of the guys' ability to take a punch. David Haye's asset, I think this is mainly the way he thinks. David thinks like a champion. He thinks like a winner. He has that little swagger, as I call it, a little arrogance that I think you have to be a champion fighter. And that's what Lennox had, Nassim Ahmed, and I can go a lot of the great fighters, you know, and Wladimir has it. And that, I think, is his #1 asset. I think the second is speed. He does have speed. Whether he's faster than Wladimir, which most people assume, I don't know. We will find that out. I think the firepower that David has, he has good explosive firepower. I don't think Wladimir has fought a fighter that I know of that has had the punching power that David has, in addition to the speed and the confidence. So it's a new ball game for Wladimir in a lot of ways. David Haye presents a totally different challenge from the other opponents that Wladimir has fought in his career.
What does Emmanuel Stewart bring to the table? Is it just fine-tuning what you've already got?
You know, when I first went in with Emmanuel Stewart, you know, there was a lot of problems that I didn't see, but he's seen. Like, I was in one fight and I was getting hit with a jab all the time, every time I finished a fight, my mouth would be swelled up. And he said, well, that's because you're holding your hands at the side. You needed to hold it in front of your face like this. So he basically sharpened up the edges around me and made me a lot better. So he brings experience, and he's a trainer of champions.
I mean, he spends half an hour on the wraps, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Each hand, and little details that he brings to you.
Yeah, well, he said that, you know, these are the tools of your sport, so you need to protect them as much as possible. And he was right. You know, I had no hand problems, and if I did go into a fight where I hurt my hand, that kind of stopped me from throwing a punch or a combination, and it would slow me down. So the tools of your sport, you really have to protect them.
Can you see similarities? He mentioned similarities between you and Wladimir, intelligence, both chess players. Can you see that as well?
A little bit. I'm a person that can actually react to what Emmanuel is saying because I analyze the fight the same way he does. And when he tells me to do something, I know that's the right thing he's telling me to do.
Adam Booth is a similar intelligent man, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's, you know, you could say he actually sits down and he studies the opponents of David and what to do and how to train David in this particular fight. And the only thing he lacks is really experience, and with each fight he goes to, he's going to get that experience.
Yeah, speaking of experience and trainers, there's another man who knows just a little bit about the sport, Muhammad Ali's former mentor, Angelo Dundee.
We need David Haye right now. We need somebody who can speak. We need somebody the media can go to and get a hell of an interview. And he's loose as a goose. He's a gym guy. Muhammad was that way. There's no comparison between him and Muhammad, because there's no comparison between one fighter to another fighter. They're all different. The guy has a bunch of people around him, sharp as tacks. And I never met them before. It was the first time. And I read it as a smart combination, because I'm a firm believer of keeping things as they are early on. If you got a winning situation, hold on to it. And I think that's what this kid's got. I give him a tremendous chance to win because of the style, because he's a banger. I don't think that Klitschko's fought the quickness of David Haye. I mean, Haye is quick, but then he punches with either hand. And I think quickness is what will beat Klitschko. Yeah, you can't go in close to the guy. He's strong as a bull. He's very good. He's a pretty good boxer outside, too. But see, I think the little quickness of David is going to play havoc with the guy.
Wise words from the great Angelo Dundee. It's one you really do not want to miss on Saturday night from 8 o'clock. The massive World Heavyweight title unification fight. David Haye, Wladimir Klitschko, live from here in Hamburg. It's on Sky Sports HD box office and Sky 3D box office as well. But what's it going to be like for Haye as he makes his way into the ring on Saturday night? Another of our world champions, Carl Froch, can give us a little taster.
Okay, so this is David Haye's changing rooms. This is where he'll be come fight night, ready to face Klitschko in the biggest fight of his career. As he's sitting here, I know what it's going to feel like for him. He's going to be feeling nervous, apprehensive. There's going to be tension there. The butterflies start to come, his stomach's going to start to shake, his legs going to start to shake, the nerves are going to start to overpower him. But he's going to know that them nerves are the adrenaline. That's what's going to make him sharp. As it happens, he'll probably stand up, have a little shakeout, throw a few punches, visualise Klitschko in front of him, throwing shots at him, slipping the shots. Fast reflexes, that's what the nerves will do. They'll speed up his reflexes and his reaction speed, so the nerves are good. He needs to embrace the nerves. Sharp jab, slip, slip, movement. He's got to concentrate and focus on everything that him and Adam Booth have been working on in the gym for the last 3 months. And then sit back down, just relax, wait for the call. David, 5 minutes, you're on. And he's got to walk towards the biggest fight of his life. But he's ready. He's definitely ready.
Carl Froch's really in the zone there. Did you go through those same sort of emotions?
Yes, when I was amateur. Like your first 10 fights, that's when you really feel the butterflies. After 10 fights, you don't feel the butterflies anymore. Now he's a professional. He's looking forward to this day. This is his dawning. This particular fight, he's been waiting for, he's hungry for it.
Are you feeling the butterflies already, Barry?
Yeah, it's good. Listen, the tension's building. It's palpable. You can feel it getting. And the weigh-in was extraordinary. And it's a huge night. It's a massive. It's the biggest night since this fella fought Tyson all those years ago. It's huge.
Emmanuel talks about his arrogance, swagger, firepower and speed. I think he's the sort of fighter, David Haye, that he loves. And I think, you know what, he knows he's got a big job on his hands.
Bring it on. My thanks to Lennox, to Barry and Johnny, who'll be ringside with us for the big one, of course. For last-minute news on the fight, go to our website, skysports.com/Haye. There's a storm brewing in Germany. Who'll weather that storm in the ring?